Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. We've got the latest on Walker Buehler's injury. What will the Dodgers do if he has to miss significant time? Should LA make a trade? We're going to dive into that in just a second. But quick reminder for all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, and more all season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comments section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. 1, do you think that Walker Buehler's struggles this year are due to injury? And 2, if Buehler has to miss significant time, do you think the Dodgers need to make a trade if they want to get back to the World Series? Let us know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So Walker Buehler's frustrating 2022 season has gone from bad to worse. The Dodgers opening day starter, their ace, the guy that was supposed to carry this staff just like he did last year, he just hasn't been able to find it. He has not looked like the Walker Buehler that we know. It almost feels like Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he's like, Buehler, and he's not at his desk. He's just not there right now. And last night, he ends up leaving the game after throwing just 70 pitches in 4 innings. And there were some impressive moments last night. You saw the swing and miss. You saw the punch outs. He ends up recording 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. The velocity was up on that 4-seam fastball. Did make some mistakes. Did have some of those command issues. Had some of those issues with the glove side command, especially on the 4-seam fastball. But there were moments where you're starting to say, hey, maybe is the light starting to turn on? Maybe are those mechanics starting to turn the corner? Are all those side bullpen sessions where he's been putting in a lot of work, are they starting to pay off? And maybe he's going to start to click into place and be that Walker Buehler that we know he is deep down, but he ends up leaving the game with elbow discomfort. And yes, anytime you hear elbow discomfort from a pitcher, it's concerning. It is the precursor to a certain injury that you never want to say. You know, I don't say it on this show. I treat it like Voldemort and Harry Potter. You just don't say those words. So we are going to wait until we get the results of the MRI and any of the testing that they're going to do. So let's not jump to conclusion. Just look what happened last year with Clayton Kershaw. Everyone assumed the fact that he was grabbing that ball when he left the mound against the Brewers, and a lot of people feared that maybe he was going to have to undergo Tommy John surgery, and he eventually didn't have to. So let's not jump to conclusions, but no matter what those test results reveal, the bottom line is that Walker Buehler isn't right. If you look at his last 6 starts, he's posted a 6.67 ERA, a 4.90 FIP. The strikeout numbers are down. The walk numbers are up. He just doesn't have that command. And even in the starts where he's looked good this year, even in the complete game against the Arizona Diamondbacks, it wasn't the dominating Walker Buehler. He wasn't that guy that was pumping 98, 99, using that 4-seam fastball with that perceived rise to punch guys out. You've seen him go to that cutter, go to that slider, go to that changeup, go to that knuckle curve. He's really had an expansive pitch mix. And what really stood out for me in last night's start was the use of that 4-seam fastball. Last night, he throws it at a 50% clip, and on the year, he was throwing it just over 34% of the time. Also, in his previous start, his usage of that 4-seam fastball was up as well. So to me, it looks like he's desperately trying to find that 4-seam fastball out there on the mound. He's trying to find the velocity. He's trying to find the command. And when you do that, sometimes you overthrow. And when you overthrow, sometimes that can lead to injury. So to me, I think there's a chance that that's what happened last night because the velo was up. It was up 0.6 miles per hour. You saw him hitting 97. He topped out at 97.8 last night. And I think you also have to consider the bullpen sessions because from what I've heard, he's been throwing some very rigorous bullpen sessions. He's really trying to find out what's going on. He's trying to refine those mechanics and work some things out. So he's putting in tons of work to try to get to the bottom of this and get back to the pitcher that he knows that he is deep down inside. But I think that he might be overdoing it to an extent. And even if there's no serious injuries, I think you do put him on the shelf for at least a couple starts. And I think Walker Buehler is a guy that he needs to hit that reset button, and he needs to realize how much he was overworked last season. Last season, regular season combined, he threw 226 innings. That's more than any pitcher in all of Major League Baseball, and that was coming off a shortened season in 2020. So when you go off a shortened season and then you ramp up to the point where you're just one of 4 pitchers to throw over 200 innings, you also led all of Major League Baseball with 33 starts starts. So those are all career highs. So coming off that rigorous workload in 2021, it's no surprise that he's experiencing some regression this season. And then you add the fact that MLB had the foreign substance crackdown. Now, pitchers all throughout the league use foreign substances, so it's not like Walker Buehler is any different, and he still was an effective pitcher after the crackdown, but there's a reason why his spin rate is down and the velocity is down. Look, the better grip you have on the ball, the more command you're going to have, so you can throw it faster. So that's also a reason as well, but I still think that he can be an elite pitcher when he is healthy. So I think the good thing for the Dodgers is this comes at a time when they're getting Clayton Kershaw back. He's set to start today against the Giants. Andrew Heaney is set to make a couple rehab starts. They should get him back around June 22nd. Tyler Anderson, check that, Tyler Anderson, or Tyler the Outs creator. He's been a revelation for the Dodgers. The great Catsby, Tony Gonsolin, he's had a breakout year for LA, but those guys, they're due for some regression. So I think there's a lot of questions with this rotation. Yes, you're going to get Dustin May back, but he's going to come back to be a bullpen piece. They're not going to rush him into a starter's role. Danny Duffy's going to come back. He could provide some multi-inning relief. David Price, I anticipate him getting DFA'd or traded at some point in the near future. Yes, you have Pepio and Bobby Miller and Landon Knack, some of those guys down there that can possibly help you out. Mitch White has looked good. I think Mitch White is a guy that he profiles really as a multi-inning reliever that can make some occasional spot starts, but he's the guy that we've also seen struggle at times when he doesn't have his command. So to me, it's clear at this point with all the questions with this rotation from a health standpoint that if the Dodgers want to get back to the World Series and give themselves the best chance of winning the World Series, that they need to trade for another starting pitcher. They must trade for another starter, and hopefully it's an impact starting pitcher like a Frankie Montas or a Luis Castillo. And yes, those guys aren't top-end aces, but I'm telling you, they are impact starting pitchers. Their stuff will play up in the postseason. We're talking about velo. We're talking about a filthy changeup with Castillo, a nasty splitter for filthy Frankie. They need to trade for an impact starter because, yes, the stars that the Dodgers have, they're good, but there's a lot of questions, and a lot of them are health-related. And also you have to factor in the burnout factor. And even if Buehler is healthy, he's experienced some burnout, in my opinion. And then also Julio Urias, he threw a career high in 185 1/3 innings last season. You saw him run out of gas in the postseason. So there's some burnout with their top two guys. Buehler pitching on short rest, seeing what he's gone through this season. And there's some big questions about Andrew Heaney, Tyler Anderson, and Tony Gonsolin. Until Tony Gonsolin proves he can get it done in the postseason, you still have to have your doubts, even though I think he's going to have a really nice year. But a lot of people are getting caught up. Well, oh, they have some all-star level starters in Tyler Anderson and Tony Gonsolin because they've had great starts to the season. Well, how about Ross Stripling a few years ago, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of guys make the all-star team only to falter after that. So, look, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where after the all-star break, guys are going down with injury and you don't have guys to turn to when you're a team that really is on a last dance. To me, I don't think people realize how much of a last dance this team is on. This could be the last year of Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Clayton Kershaw, Trey Turner, to say the least. So this team must win the World Series this year because there's no guarantees that this team is going to be back the following season. And just think about it. They added Trevor Bauer to a rotation that already had Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, and Julio Urias before the injuries. They added Max Scherzer to a rotation that had Walker Buehler and Julio Urias last year. This team knows, Andrew Friedman knows he needs another starter. He knows there's no internal options that can get the job done at that level. So to me, it's only a matter of time. Me, I like Frankie Montas. I've spoken to people around the league, and they tell me that the asking price is going to be very high for him, that they're going to expect some top prospects in exchange. I've heard Bobby Miller and Ryan Pepia, one of those top-end starters, so we'll see. Can the Dodgers find a way to get a guy like Frankie Montas without giving up a Bobby Miller or Ryan Pepio? Maybe they could give off some other guys in their farm system, but he's going to be expensive, and I've also heard that Oakland is waiting until closer to the deadline so they can get this bidding war up for Frankie Montas because they know there's not that many frontline starters available, so they're in a very good position to get a nice haul for Frankie. So I'm going to be dropping a video series on starting pitchers I think the Dodgers should trade for. We'll start to drop those very soon, so be on the lookout for those. But let's hear from Walker Buehler, who talked to reporters after the game about the elbow discomfort and what the plan is moving forward.
You know, whatever it is, we'll handle it, and, you know, all the faith in our medical staff and whatnot. But, you know, before we kind of dive into that, kind of need to know what we're dealing with. No, threw a breaking ball in the third inning, and it kind of, you know, grabbed a little bit and then kind of didn't go away. So, you know, try and pitch through, see if it'll pop away. Sometimes that'll happen, but you know, it didn't happen for me tonight.
Persistent?
No, this one's a little more specific and a little bit more, I don't want to say more painful, it's just the same thing over and over and over sometimes. You know, it's hard to describe, I guess, kind of what we normally deal with in terms of throwing, but this one's just a little bit different and something that we need to check out.
But let me know down below in the comments section, why do you think that Walker Buehler has struggled so mightily this season? Why hasn't he looked like the butane of old? Let me know down below. Give me your theories. Do you think it's health related? Do you think it's burnout? Do you think he's tipping his pitches? I've heard so many different theories when it comes to Walker Buehler, but I want yours down below. And also, do you think the Dodgers need to trade for a starting pitcher if they want to get back to the World Series and win the World Series? And even if Walker Buehler is healthy, do you still think they should trade for a guy? And who do you want to see them target? Let me know down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all his Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, interviews, breakdowns, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.